Welcome to the Black Belt Business Podcast. My name is Matthew Brenner, and today we are with a special guest who runs the gym by Brandon Rasean. And he's been running a gym for 6 years, and today you're going to find out exactly why he started, what successes he has, what challenges he's had, and he's going to give you tips for how to stay in shape if you're a business owner with a busy schedule, right? Or if you're an executive or someone just like doesn't have a lot of free time on your hands, like what's the best way to stay in shape? So, Brandon, thanks for being on here.
Thanks for having me, Matt. You're the man.
Thanks. So, I know that you've had the gym for 6 years now. What made you originally get started with wanting to run a gym?
So, I started working out at a larger box gym, the Sporting Club at the Bellevue, well-known gym. Before that, I did Bally's. I did all box gyms. And I just always had a hard time adjusting to the atmosphere and the busy times in the day. Like if I show up at 5, I couldn't get a bench rack or a squat rack. Also, it was that bro energy in the gym. So I felt intimidated in these larger gyms. Made friends, but all the time I felt intimidated. I would be ego lifting and such. So when I was going to these gyms, I was just like, man, it'd be great to just go to a place where it was just private training and I can do my own thing, like a less crowded gym. I just always was attracted to that. So I started personal training at the Sporting Club at the Bellevue. It was great. It was phenomenal. But at the same time, I just found myself training individuals who was afraid to try things because there were so many other people in the gym. And they always want to rush the process. I say, hey, man, maybe you should go a little lighter. They were like, no, I'm going heavy. In my mind, I'm like, they're just doing that because there's people around. There's no benefits to going heavy right now. Fast forward, saved up my money, opened up my own personal training studio, specializing in just private training.
So you prefer boutique style gyms over large?
I love boutique style gyms. I think the one-on-one attention is extremely beneficial.
So you said ego lifting. What is ego lifting?
Ego lifting is if the person on the bench next to me is benching 225, I'm going to try and bench 225. Although it doesn't really fall in line with my goals. My form would be off. I might injure myself. It's an ego lift. You don't have to really lift heavy, to obtain the body or aesthetics that you want. That's just for maximum strength. So that's ego lifting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would imagine you have some type of some ego in your facilities as well.
Oh, yeah. Martial arts is full of ego.
Give me an example.
Yeah, I mean, an example would be like, all right, this person's kicking hard, like, I'm going to kick even harder, right? Or this person maybe was like a little aggressive on me, now I'm going to be more aggressive. Then they're going to be more aggressive back. And before you know it, someone bangs their head on someone else's shin, right? Or someone falls and gets hurt, right?
Exactly.
And it's all because, like, the ego just gets in the way, and you don't worry about your partner's safety, which is the most important thing when you're training, is your partner's safety. And if you're training in a gym, your own safety.
Safety, just
right?
Stick to the plan. So that's what ego lifting is. I don't think it's ever beneficial. Maybe a little friendly competition amongst friends.
Yeah.
Where lines are drawn, but
so then how do you feel about CrossFit? Because CrossFit is all about comparing yourself to other people in the gym. What's your thoughts on that?
You took it there early.
Let's go, baby.
You took it there early. CrossFit. High chance of injury.
Yeah.
High chance of injury. Kind of like football. You're probably guaranteed an injury at some point. The community of CrossFit is just amazing. It just swept the world by storm. I like the fact that it's gotten so many people involved in strength training, mobility, and fitness, into health. That alone, I think, proves that it's more beneficial than it is not, but to a certain degree. I'm pretty sure you've seen the CrossFit videos where people are just like lifting some weight that they should not be lifting, horrible form, shit just looks off, but I think that's up to the instructors to correct that. I think that is something that everyone is working on in CrossFit. And speaking of, I think the CrossFit Games are going on right now, record-breaking numbers with that. What are your thoughts on CrossFit?
I did CrossFit for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I liked it when I did it, but there were certain, and I love the community aspect of it. I love that it forced me to do workouts I probably wouldn't normally do.
Yes.
the thing that kind of pushed me away eventually was like doing leg stuff 4 or 5 days a week. And then
Yeah.
like I just felt like I wasn't balanced in my workouts.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Were you in the best shape of your life when you was doing CrossFit?
the best shape, no.
Okay.
Good shape, 100%.
Yeah.
The best shape is when honestly I hired like a personal trainer and that was it. You know, when I did more boutique style.
Bling.
Yeah,
Throw my ad up
that was
right
the
there.
best. And then you know what? Also, like that was the most expensive.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to say when you pay, you pay attention, right? And the more you pay for something, the more you value it, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously, I value, you know, if I drove like a nicer car, I would value it a lot more. I drive a junker car, so if it gets dinged, I don't give a crap, right?
Facts, yeah.
So if you, I kind of think of the same thing with sunglasses, like. You know, I used to like never get expensive sunglasses. I don't really get expensive sunglasses, but like, you know, before I'd always get ones that were $10, I'll lose them nonstop.
Yeah.
And now I just got ones that are like, you know, $150. So not
Okay.
crazy, but like definitely expensive. And I've had it for like 6 years.
So the exact opposite for me, because I'm just
Yeah.
irresponsible. This is with glasses. I just can't. I lose expensive glasses.
Oh, even expensive ones, you lose them.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Off topic.
Yeah.
You're out. You're at a day party.
Yeah.
It transitions over to a night party. Where the fuck do you put your glasses?
Great question. I hate that. Honestly, I usually put them like on the back of my head.
Oh,
Like,
you're one of those.
Yeah, on
the back, face
Yeah,
in reverse. I don't know
Yeah,
which way
exactly.
is front. I don't know if this guy's looking at me or not.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if it's like aesthetically a good look, but I know I won't lose it if I do it. If I put it down on the table, I'm screwed.
They're
There's
gone.
no way.
They're
There's
gone.
no way. Yeah.
So I put them on the top. They get lost. You know, I'm dancing. I'm doing
Yeah.
knucking if I'm bucking.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that. They're gone. I hang them on my shirt. I don't really button my shirts. I don't know about you, but I'm a one button type of guy.
You are a one button type. Every time I see you, you're a one button guy.
One button only.
You're like a breeze away from being totally out.
Get rid of those other 5. They serve no purpose.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hanging pretty low, and it just like glasses go somewhere. So yeah, cheap glasses, but great metaphor.
Yeah. So wait, why can't you just give them to your girl if she's there? Could you like put this in your bag?
So not to put her on blast, I gave her a pair of glasses, and once again, I'm like you. I really don't buy expensive glasses, but I had a pair of Pradas that I purchased. I gave them to her. She put them in her bag. I got home at night. I got them back, and the lenses were just completely scratched up. It looked like they was just rubbing up against her makeup case all night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's a no-no.
Never again, Mariana.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
You know, women these days, they carry really small, like, you know, handbags and stuff,
Yeah.
so they can't really fit anything.
What do you think about the bags that guys are wearing now? Are really popular, like the shoulder one? What are, they're like? I don't know. What to call
I
them.
absolutely fucking hate it.
Why? What are they called?
Merces?
Yeah, guys have this
Fanny packs is what they're
yeah,
called.
fanny
It's
packs.
a
but
fanny
they have
pack.
the ones that go over the
They-
shoulder.
Yeah, they go over the shoulder. So my question is, when did the items that we carry increase? What more are we carrying? Because all I need is a debit card and an ID, which I barely,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
a
a
license.
phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we carrying that we need a bag?
Keys maybe also, but that's always been the case.
Right.
Yeah.
I got pockets,
Yeah.
you know?
You know, one of the things that bothered me the most when I moved into a new place is that my old place, I had a key to enter, so I never needed a key.
I love that.
And now I need a fob to
Yeah.
get in the building, and I need a key for my door, and I can't switch
Somebody's
it.
getting money.
But I hate that part. If I was really getting money, I can get whatever lock I wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
The fob, so, yeah. Everything should be on the phone.
Yeah, everything should be on the
My
phone.
building's on the
100%.
phone.
Oh, that's way better.
Exactly.
That's way better.
So I leave with basically nothing.
What if your phone dies?
When do phones die?
My phone dies all the time. When do you lose sunglasses?
My-
About the same how often as that.
I don't know. If my phone dies, my night is over.
Yeah, it's time to go
I'm
home.
going- yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck calling an Uber. Your ass is walking home,
Oh, I'm definitely walking home. Also, I'm the type of person, I don't charge my phone overnight.
I think. Okay.
It's just something I stopped doing, and I was just like, no, you need to experience the red life sometimes, phone. Like, you can't always be green. So every morning I wake up and I put my phone on the charger while I'm brushing my teeth.
Okay, well that's psycho behavior. Let's start
Yeah,
there.
no.
How's that good? You wake up at a deficit.
I just hate charging my phone overnight.
Why?
It's just like, it's not my nightly routine, and I feel like it's just too juiced sometimes. Like I
Too
feel
juiced.
like, I feel like phones need to deplete sometimes.
I think that like used to be the case with batteries. And I'm
You
pretty sure
remember
new
that, right? They
technology. Yeah,
said,
yeah. You wanted
yeah,
it to get low.
turn it off sometimes too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's probably still true, but like I think how batteries charge now, it's all run by like they have like software for that, and it
Okay.
doesn't need that full depletion all the time.
When's the
So-
last time your phone has seen red?
Oh, I mean, like every day, I would say
Okay.
at some point. And then I'll plug in. But the new fast chargers, the USB-C chargers, it'll charge like 75% in like half an hour. It's fast.
How do you feel about the group text with your friends, and then there's that one friend who turns the group text green?
Man, I hate that because I can't send voice notes. I'm kind of a voice note guy.
I can see that.
Do
You're
like,
definitely
do you like voice notes?
No.
No. People don't like receiving them, but sending them is so much faster and easier. But receiving them is like, oh crap, I gotta like make sure I'm in a quiet space and like I didn't miss the word. And
If I send you a voice note, we're in a bad place.
oh really?
Yeah.
Who you sending voice notes to then?
You're never getting, clients like, look, this isn't working out for me.
When would you have to do that? In what situation?
Often, if individuals come in, I'm in a position where, I'm blessed to be able to choose who I want to train. Like my books are filled. So if someone's just coming in with bad energy consistently, which normally I can morph around, but if I feel like you're taking it out on me too much, then I would just, look, I didn't get into this business to be a punching bag. I didn't get into this business for you to show up here and be negative to me. Now, I don't say that. I'll say, hey, I don't think I'm a great fit for you. Here's some suggestions.
Why don't you say it? What's stopping you?
It's so Mariana, my fiance, give me brownie points for that.
Big congratulations for getting
Thank you very much.
for getting engaged.
Yeah, grown man shit.
Mariana is very, very cool.
She's HR. She's high up in HR. VP, coaches, VPs, and less is more. Why leave the door open if I don't want to train you anymore? Why leave the door open to a conversation to when we're going back and forth? You got to shut it down. Less is more.
You don't think it'd be good to tell them the truth and give them the opportunity? I hear your point.
Yeah.
Right? But why not? I'm just curious. Why not be like, hey, is it okay if we have an open, honest conversation? Like, hey, every time you come in here, I feel like you're resistant to certain activity or certain drills, or I don't know. Like, I think like sometimes you might come in an upset attitude. And what's important to me is keeping the culture of this gym. And if you want to keep on coming here, we need to make sure we correct that. And if not, that's totally okay. You're not going to be the best fit for you.
Okay, so I would definitely say that that's a conversation that's had prior to me telling them that I don't think I'm a good fit for them.
Okay.
So I would definitely say like, hey, are you good? Like, because I feel like you're being negative here, and I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
You know?
How often are people negative at the gym though? Like what? I don't like. I've never even seen that.
It's we got high traffic. It's funny. I went over my contacts list the other day, and we got 3 trainers at the gym, and I was going through the contacts of all my clients, and there was 160 people.
Okay.
Out of those 160, I'm probably seeing about 80 different personalities. So every now and then, you are going to get someone, and also it's a personal training gym. It's private, so we get a lot of people who are uncomfortable sometimes going to larger gyms.
Right.
So with that, you get some interesting individuals. Some introverts. That just sometimes just are socially awkward.
So what do you do to make them feel comfortable in your gym?
I be myself. I'm hype. I show love. And I'm patient. I piece away at it. They come in, I introduce them to everybody, I introduce them to the person before them, introduce them to the person after them. And I provide examples. I might pull someone over and be like, hey, this is Matt. Matt's been working with me for 6 months. When Matt first walked in here, he was just like very uncomfortable. He didn't know how to do this. He weighed this. He stuck around, and this is where he's at. So people have been in your shoes. I've been in your shoes. So I definitely, relatability is important.
And you're having a social connection right away.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like is if you're in a personal training gym that's mainly boutique,
Yes.
like CrossFit, like you're in the class of people, so you're automatically gonna connect.
Mm-hmm.
With your gym, you don't have that. So I think it's cool that you make an effort to say like, hey, let me connect you with this other person. Because a lot of times people go back because of other people that are there.
Right.
Right? Like I've stayed at places way longer than I should have just because I liked the people there. Not necessarily not necessarily the product was the most amazing thing ever, but I
Right.
just like seeing my friend. Right.
you have to come see my gym.
I do have to come see your gym. I haven't been there even once.
Yeah.
But then again, you haven't been to any of my martial arts classes, so
I've never been invited.
I've never been invited to the gym.
Really?
I don't think once.
Oh, okay. All right,
I would
fair.
happily come do a
Fair,
workout.
yeah. You don't have to work out.
Why?
Just come say hi.
I want to come work out. If I'm gonna come, I might as well get a workout in.
All right, we can set that up.
All right, that
we can
sounds
set
good.
that up.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
I'm with that.
So you mentioned before, not charging your phone when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
What about your morning routine? What's Brandon's morning routine look like?
So my morning routine feeds off of my night routine. I'm very strict, and it makes me happy. So, and I'm saying that because I just have a routine that keeps me happy, and I think that's important. So I'm in bed by about 8:30.
Okay.
I get off at 8, eat dinner, 15 minutes. Um,
Wait, you're asleep by 8?
I get off at 8. I get off work at 8, get home about 8:15. So sometimes I get off at like about 7:30. I'll eat real fast, shower real fast. If I got time, I'll definitely try and get some good loving in.
Are you eating a bigger dinner?
Yeah, I eat large dinners.
Large dinners. And then you're showering and going right to 11 time?
Right to 11.
Oh, my God. Okay.
From 11.
On a full belly.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not about that life. I
Really?
go opposite way. I'd rather go 11 first, like on no full
Really?
stomach. Oh, yeah.
It's
'Cause
no
then
way you're
afterwards-
getting up and eating after,
Oh,
unloading.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, like, if I'm full and I'm doing it, I'm going to be, like, burping or, like, I'm going to feel, like, some discomfort, And, like, I don't know, for me, but if I'm light and I feel like I don't have any of that, I could just focus on just that person not being embarrassed or something. Then, maybe that's just
you
me.
are a giver.
Oh, I'm a giver.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm a little selfish sometimes.
You're selfish.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm engaged, so there's some understandings there. Sometimes it's about us, sometimes it's about her, sometimes it's about me. So yeah, I'm in bed by about 8:30, 8:45. I'll do about 5 minutes of reading. Doesn't sound like much, but the shit adds up. You'll be surprised how far you can get with 5 minutes of reading. 6 minutes.
If you do it consistently, right?
Consistently. Helps me go to sleep.
What are you reading usually?
Right now I'm reading Traction.
Okay.
It was suggested by Dave Silver, the Entrepreneur Operating System. You read that book?
EOS system, yeah.
It's fire.
I actually never read that book, but I know all about it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Prior to reading that, I got Dune as well. That's my fiction book I'm reading.
Okay. Do you usually alternate between fiction and self-help or?
Right now, I'm really into this Traction. It has a good workbook in there that requires my full attention. I like to pick up where I left off, just restructuring my business plan. We could probably talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just finished reading this very long 500-page book called The Fourth Hand, which was fiction. It was horrible.
Have you read the whole thing?
Read the whole thing.
Why read the whole thing if it sucked?
Have you ever stopped reading a book because it sucked?
Yes. And I'll tell you why. I used to do what you would do.
Yes.
And then I saw some video maybe 4 or 5 years ago that was like, hey, if you're listening to a song and the song sucks, do you listen to the whole thing?
Right.
You might listen to like a third or half, but eventually, this song sucks. Why would we do the same thing as a book? Just so we can feel good about completing the book? Like, no, that. And that's where usually people stop reading and they stop the habit. It's because they'll start to read a book, it sucks, and they don't feel like doing it, so they don't do it the next time. They don't do it the next time. Then before you know it, they have months or years that they didn't read. And it wasn't because they didn't want to read. It's just because they got trapped in a bad book.
That's what happened to me.
So, yeah.
Yes. I will probably never make that mistake again. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, just
book
cut
fucking
it.
sucked. It took me longer than any book ever to read. And you know what? The ending was just not it.
How long did it take to read 5 pages a day?
Well, this book I was sinking into.
100%.
And like you said, I stopped reading for a little bit because I was like, I can't read anything until I finish this book. But I don't want to read this book because it sucks. And then, look, man, I just like to finish things.
Yeah.
And I can't turn that off on a book.
Right.
I like to finish everything I start. I like to pick right back up and be like, you know what, see this through. Because how many things is it in your business that you're just like, I got to see this through. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through this mission statement, this core values. I don't want to revamp this place, see it through. So I just kind of needed to prove to myself that I could do that.
Right.
And
now that you did that, I'd recommend not doing that again.
I made Try
it next time. Just give it up and be like, okay, I feel good about it. And then just move on to the next book so you keep that
You're so fucking right.
Consistency.
It's just a fucking book.
It's just a book. There's no
Just
one.
a
There's no
book.
one making sure that you read the whole thing or cares.
Do you have standards?
For what?
Life.
Do I have standards? Yeah, of course.
High?
High standards? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I think I wane on the subject of certain things. There's definitely things that I have higher, um, uh, things I care about more and things I care about less. For instance, like, I'm wearing a Rolex right now, which is cool, but like,
Yeah.
I also have a crappy car. I don't care about that. Doesn't bother. Eventually, I'll get a nice one, but now, whatever.
Let's talk life standards.
Yeah, life standards.
Not like physical or items or, things like that. Life
Okay.
standards. Like, let's just say hygiene. Let's just say, how you conduct your business. Who holds you accountable to those standards?
Yeah, I mean, more than anyone, myself, I would say. But I think actually more than myself, I'd say my team and my employees, because if I'm not doing right by them,
Okay.
like there's been times in my life where I've had to like either let people go because I'm not doing well enough in a certain area, or like decrease their pay. And I freaking hate that.
Yeah.
I love it when I give someone a raise. Like, that's my best feeling. Hey, like, you're doing a great job. Instead of this month, you get this, you're going to get this. And, like, without, them even expecting it. Like, that's my favorite thing. So, like, people always say, like, or as business owners, I think it's important to realize that, like, you work really for your customers, your clients. Like, you work for them.
Yeah.
And when they leave, they're firing you.
Yeah.
It's not like, like, I mean, sometimes you might have to let people go if they're not a good culture fit or bad energy or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if someone leaves, like, they're saying, hey, like, you weren't good enough. Because if you were good enough, they would stay. Right?
They would stay.
Yeah. I think the same thing with, like, employees. Like, hey, if I'm not doing something, and there's definitely been points where I haven't, held up to, I make a promise and I don't do it.
Right.
I'm guilty of that 100%. And every time I do that, I nick a little bit off the trust or my reputation, right? So I'm like, I'm beholden to them, right? Like, if I don't pay them, like, they might not be able to pay their rent, right? Or pay their car note. Like, I really work for them.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, like, that's puts more pressure on me than anything.
Wow. Okay.
What about you? Do you feel like, I mean, obviously you feel like you have high standards, but is there anything you feel like you don't have high standards for?
I don't have. No, I'm pretty fucking well rounded when it comes to
High
standards.
standards?
Yeah.
What about with friendships?
Friendships?
Yeah.
I will cut anybody off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you cut off?
I don't have a best friend.
Okay.
My fiance is my best friend.
Okay.
I rotate friends. I rotate friend groups. I just haven't found my fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a best friend fit.
I don't have a best friend fit.
You said, okay, but you feel like you're so personable and so easygoing. I assume that you have like a pretty large friend network at least.
I don't have my friend network is exceptionally large.
Okay.
It's really large. I took the time to dive into that to make sure I showed up to things, showed my face, supported individuals, But I think my best friend group is probably going to be a very profitable, successful, 7-8 figure group. And I just haven't met that yet.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
My main guy is actually we things have to be tight, man. Like, it'll probably be a group of individuals that are like, yo, we're not drinking for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
people
grinding.
who are challenging themselves. in different
Yeah.
ways. Yeah.
I don't need any more, too many social friends. I have that.
Yeah.
You've been out with me. You know what that's like.
Yeah.
How often do we need to do that?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to set myself up, like, have that be my base level. I want to date up, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Like with my fiance, I feel like I'm dating the fuck up.
Oh, well, you're definitely dating up with Mariana.
I'm
That's
definitely dating up, but don't say it like that. Give me some credit.
So, yeah, I mean, especially as I've gotten older, I feel like I've been more willing to cut friendships.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, because, like, if someone is only detracting from the relationship or they're stuck doing the same crap as they did in, like, high school.
Yes.
I think too many people feel like an obligation. Oh, but they've been friends with them for so long. That's so stupid.
When I hear people like, yeah, we've been best friends since fucking grade school, I'm like, whoa. Like, I get your best friends, but how are y'all still chilling so much? Like, are y'all moving that linear path, Also, it's not a knock to anyone that wants to do things that I'm uninterested in. It's just that, you probably agree with this. I have to set myself up for success. I have to give myself the best opportunity for success, you know?
Yeah,
So,
and if all your friends are drinking every single weekend,
and I'm not
you're
about
gonna
that.
end up doing that, right? And
Yeah.
if all your friends are working a certain type of job that maybe
Hmm.
you don't really want or care for, then when you're hanging out, they're gonna be talking about that. They're gonna be complaining about that. They're gonna be talking about why their boss sucks or they hate their job, and then it's gonna rub off on who you are, whether you like it or not, right? And like I have friends that I've had my entire life, but the ones I spend the most time with, like the ones I know for a really long time, like certain ones doing great, certain ones are maybe not who I'd want in my daily circle.
Yeah.
But I think there's like a time and place for all those things, right? Because you can have the reminiscing and
Right.
the good times with those people every once in a while. But the people who are in my like tightest circle are the people who I think that they're gonna make me better, but B, like I want to make better as well. I always say that like I want to be people's biggest hype man or biggest cheerleader, right?
Yes.
I want to like if I'm with a friend and I know that like my other friend sells this product or can help this other friend, even like with you, right? Like you're like, hey, I want to get a Rolex,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, dude, you got to go to my friend who sells Rolexes, or this other person, because like I want to be able to help my friends.
You know what?
Yeah.
Um, maybe people know this, but I did not know this when I first met you. So I could tell right off the immediately, like, all right, this guy, he's social. And you was just getting out of a relationship at that time.
Yeah.
You expressed that within like 5 minutes of us chilling. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I like this. I'm the same way. I'm open. What I didn't know was that you had four wings and you were a social butterfly. Until I came to your networking thing, and until you moved, and I was hearing like she was making so many friends in the building and just putting the effort to make friends. Do you feel like that's draining sometimes?
No, I think it's exciting.
It is exciting.
I'm an extrovert. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
Where I get energy from social situations. Are there times where I need to like wind down, not talk to anyone? For sure.
Yeah.
But man, I like going and be like, hey, what's up, Alex? Hey, what's up?
Mhm.
Whoever. I love that, and I love being able to refer people and help people out. Like I was at a wedding the other day, and there was a kid who I went to college with who I follow on social media. He runs a retail business.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon Blum for others.
Okay.
Right? And I bought one of his sweatshirts, which I probably should have bought sooner, but like one day I finally was like, oh, let me buy one of these, right? And at the wedding, there was another friend I have, also entrepreneurial. He'll probably be at the next dinner with us. I know he wants to come, and he has a company called Los Angeles, and he sells like high end streetwear, right? Like sneakers and clothes and stuff like that. He has a couple of storefronts, and he's also doing great, like entrepreneurial. And I was like, oh, well, I got to introduce you to the kid I saw from my college. Oh, I got to introduce you to my friend who runs these storefronts. I feel like maybe you guys could work together. And I was like, probably like 6 tequila clubs in, right? I was at a wedding. I was going hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I gotta connect you. So I found one, and then looked around, found the other one, introduced them. And then like maybe 8 weeks later, like I see on Instagram that the one guy has his products at the other guy's store now. And they're working together.
What?
And then I got this like long text thank you message about how impactful it was. And
Yeah.
and it was like, that's like my favorite thing. Like if I could make someone better around me, like I just freaking love that.
I love
that gets me
connecting
going.
people.
Yeah.
So I definitely love meeting new people. Philly's small. It doesn't. So right now I'm kind of I'm in a personal state where I'm good
Yeah.
because I feel like I've met the same players around Philly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel like there's like just a lot more? How old are you?
Nah, 31.
All right, so I'm 38.
Yeah.
So I definitely.
Oh my God, 7 years, so different.
I mean, it's about 7/10 of a decade, but who's counting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like you met everyone?
I just feel like I'm sitting back and letting people and things develop, and I'll get back out there.
Yeah.
And because it does get to a point where it's just like you're giving, and you're just like, all right, let me just chill back a little bit and just let other people develop. Let's all get on the same level. When I say I'm at a higher level, but same mindset, and get back out there,
Well, I feel like there's levels to people in, let's say, business, right?
Yeah.
So there's maybe you're not exposed to, and I feel the same way about myself.
Hmm.
Like there's rooms that I'm not in, right?
There
That
are
I need
there
to be
are
in.
rooms that I'm not in, so
Right.
I'm waiting. And the same goes for me. I think I'm working on myself so that when I come back out to the world, I have something more to offer, and I can get into those rooms.
Right.
You know, you go out, you get into certain rooms, you go back in, you level up a little bit, you come out, you step into another door.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to bounce around the same room for too long.
Yeah. The biggest room in the world, you know what that is?
What's that?
Room for improvement.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I love that.
So
I was genuinely shocked.
I thought you were gonna be saying that now at the gym for the next
Yes.
month. Steal that one.
Yeah.
And I think it's like whenever you get into a room and you have the opportunity. Okay, for instance, like we're in Philadelphia. Philadelphia sure is small, and I know a lot of the not. I don't know everyone, but I obviously know like a decent amount of entrepreneurs, right? People who work on their business and but there's levels like what about the guy who owns Aramark or Comcast or these big companies? I'm not in those rooms.
You're not in those
I
rooms.
don't have an opportunity to go to like the Eagles box whenever I want. Like, why am I not friends with that guy?
Let's dial this back a little bit. You are well connected with entrepreneurs. Are we dubbing you the king of entrepreneurs?
Definitely not.
Should we give you a
No.
name like the Entrepreneurial Connect?
No, I
Come
wish that was the
on.
case. No, give me no.
We need something
Nah,
because you do like connect with tons of entrepreneurs specifically.
Yeah, it's just what I enjoy. I like listening and talking to people who are doing big things, right?
To be your friend, do you have to be an entrepreneur?
No, but you have to be motivated. So if you're not motivated to do better, so for instance, like if you play piano and you're like working all the time to be a better pianist, like you're trying to get in shows and like you're like motivated to be better, that's cool too. I like that as well. I'm a member at the building we're in right now in Rec Philly, which is a place for creators to create, music, content, art, and they're entrepreneurs. All musicians are entrepreneurs. I didn't think about that, but I also just like that they're different than me. Right, they have a different mindset
Yeah.
in terms of like they think creatively. I think like a business person. Right?
Yes.
I'm not always creative. So like when I can get their feedback on, hey, can you look at this ad, tell me what you think, or hey, what do you think about this image, or what do you think about these words, and they'll have a totally different perspective than the person who's just like a CEO or CFO and works for TD Bank, and they're not thinking the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So. You and I were basically the same industry, though, right? Like I'm martial arts, you're fitness.
We're cousins.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing.
We're definitely cousins.
We're boutique martial arts school, right? So let's go back to, if you don't mind, to the business because I want to hear more about like what the.
All right, so we left off at my morning routine.
Yeah. So you wake up at what time?
3:40.
Okay. Goddamn. Okay. So you're getting how many hours of sleep generally?
About from 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, about 6 and a half.
Do you feel like that's enough for you?
It's more than enough.
More than enough. Have you always only slept 6 hours?
The number keeps getting smaller. I love it. I love getting up early. It was a time when I first started dating Mariana, and I used to sleep over her house, and I would wake up early and get excited. Be like, damn, it's nice. Like, I'm so happy to be here. Say some prayers. And she looked at me one day, and she was just like, look, it's not cute. You got to stop doing this. You got to stop waking me up early. I'm not feeling it. It's not a joke. And I was just like, damn. So I did try. I tried to like sleep in a little more.
Why would you wake her up? Why can't you just get up and go to another room?
Because, I had a new woman. I was just fucking excited.
Oh, okay.
And I would be like, come on, wake up. Like, play with me. Like, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I was. Like, come on. I'd be playing with her.
Yeah.
And she would just like, blackout curtains. Like, stop it. Like, stop. Like, you're annoying me. It's not a joke. So I don't know what happened, but I did not change.
Yeah.
I kept doing that. And then she started getting up with me.
So have you always been an early riser? Is like your whole life for the most part?
No, it just started when so yes, the majority of my life, yes. I just never had a problem getting up early, to be honest with you, yes. But before it used to be about 7 or 8 o'clock. And then I was like, yo, let me try this 5 a.m. club shit. Let's see what this is about. And I just enjoyed it. The world, you just see things coming alive. You have that moment to just assess yourself, assess your body, do a body check, do a mental check. Like, how do I feel? Before people wake up and the emails are flowing and your phone is going off and everyone's posting to Instagram. There's just like this, this this tech silence, this world silence that I like. So I kept doing it. Mariana started getting up with me. And then one day she was just like, yo, I just fucking love it. It's the best. Plus I go to sleep early. I'm getting better sleep. I'm like, right? Plus you're like, by 8 o'clock, you're tired. You're not like, let me go get a beer. Let me do this. You're exhausted. So now she still wakes up with me at 3:40. She doesn't have to start work till about 9. She wakes up with me at 3:40. We'll work out from like 4:30 to 5:30. She'll go for a run. She'll go home. She'll meditate. She'll get her emails done before her boss is up. I'm already like training my first client and such, and I'm good to go. I have an order in which I do things, and then we're going to dive into this business structure. But this leads into my business. Are you religious?
Not really.
Okay.
Spiritual, maybe.
Yeah, they don't make religious people anymore.
No.
People say the universe.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Orthodox Jewish school. So
Yeah.
I grew up my family wasn't religious, but I was surrounded by extremely religious, like basically the most religious you can get. So I'm very exposed to that, but the more I did it and the older I got, the less I was like, not for me. Yeah.
So for me, I pray. I just try to have a personal relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
So my order of things is God, self, society. And I stick to that. It's very important. So I wake up, quick prayer, some meditation. Then I have to take care of myself. I have to, fill my tank up to make sure that I'm able to care for other people. So that's why I work out first every day. You'll never catch me working out after I train someone. Like, how dare I take care of you before I take care of myself? Wasn't it you who had an episode on here talking about the emergency mask that comes down on an airplane?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you do that?
I definitely talk about that analogy all the time. Yeah, so you're in an airplane and the emergency mask comes down. You always
that shit, man.
Yeah, always got to put your oxygen first before you help your kids.
Are you
right?
shocked that I watch your show?
That's awesome that you knew that fact. I think I know what episode it's from.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. So you always got to help yourself first, because if you don't, you're never gonna have the opportunity to help someone else, right? It's kind of like the parent that gets out of shape and they're like, oh, I really just want to care about my kids. I want to make sure my kids are good. And
fuck your kids. They're gonna turn 18, hate you, and leave you, and you're left with the woman or the man that you fucking neglected for 18 years.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I hear your point. It's like, take care of yourself, because if you set a good example, that's going to be way better than whatever time you set aside, like, taking care of your kids. Like, obviously, you got to do whatever you got to do for your kids, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you take care of yourself, that's going to set an example that speaks way louder volumes than, like, time you spend, like, doing other things with them.
Yes.
You got to do both, obviously, but you got to take care of yourself more than anything. So let's go back. So you wake up like super early. You work out. Do you like drink water when you wake up? Do you drink coffee?
I take a pre-workout, 300 milligrams of caffeine. Basically, everything I do in my life is measured, because why leave room for fucking error?
Yeah.
If we have all the tools to be successful.
Yeah.
I drink the exact same shake every day. I eat the exact same breakfast.
What shake you drinking?
It's 80 grams of oatmeal, 50 grams of fruit, 1 scoop of protein. It has 28 grams of protein in it, 1 scoop of whey protein.
What's your protein brand? What do you use?
So right now I'm using bulk supplements, unflavored, nothing added. It tastes like fucking chalk. I hate additives. I hate fake sugar. I don't need any of it. Like, I could drink the most disgusting thing and just tell my mind, like, this is what your body needs, and I'm good.
Well, you said you mix it with fruit and other stuff, so that doesn't.
I drink it by itself sometimes.
Oh, okay.
No, every day I drink it by itself.
Oh.
For my second, post-lunch shake.
Got it.
Yeah.
Second post-lunch shake.
And I throw 2/3 cup of spinach in there, and that's it. I drink that after my workout.
So how many meals a day are you eating?
I'm eating 4 meals. I'm eating 3 meals, 1 large shake, and 2 smaller shakes.
So how many calories a day are you doing usually?
About 3,800.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I only weigh about 190. I'm on my feet all day. I'm very active, so I need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there ever times you don't want to eat? Like, oh, this is too much, or not?
When I came back from Italy, I had a problem getting my appetite back, because the food out there just is less processed. It's healthier, and it just flows through easier. So when I came back and I got back into our diet, our food, it was just like, oh my gosh, like, why is this like just hitting different? It's not flowing through as easily. So my body had to get back to processing the processed food,
Mhm.
you know? But no, I'm eating all the time, bro.
Mm. And then so I heard about your morning routine, and then you work out, see clients all day.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific nighttime routine that you like to follow?
Yes. So get off, shower immediately. As soon as I shower, I eat really fast. I eat
Why do you eat
slowly.
so fast?
So
Why do you say that?
because time is money. I got other things I need to do. So eating to me is not a luxury. I'm not eating for taste. I'm eating for nutrients, fuel, and my macros.
Have you always felt that way?
I felt that way for about a decade. I just don't give a fuck, Matt. Like people are like, yo, I'm craving pizza, I'm craving this. And I'm just like, that's those added products. That's the added sugar that's getting you because you're gonna crave that stuff. You know, like a lion isn't like, zebra or gazelle? What tastes better
Yeah.
today? It's like, I'm gonna catch what I can catch so I can eat and live.
Right.
You know, and take care of my pride. That's how I act with it. I'm drinking water because I need to. You know, I'm not out here drinking Gatorade, Kool-Aid, or anything. You know, I'm just drinking water and I'm eating the bare minimum. Also, it's cost efficient. Not that I care, but it is. It's so many positives to it. I'm not out here like, man, I need some mac and cheese and yams today. Like, no, I just need the fuel, bro. I'm on go.
So when do you eat? Like, do you ever have times where you just eat like what? You do eat mac and cheese or pizza? Or
If we go to a restaurant, you know, I got a relationship. I gotta keep the flame alive. So if we go out somewhere, you know, I'm gonna get the best steak or the best burger or whatever they suggest. You know, but that's definitely not as frequent as the average person. You know, I like grilling. I'll grill a burger, but it's my burger. You know, with my fixings on it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely not like, you know. And the same thing goes for my fiance. We're just like, yeah, we need the fuel. We work. We like to work. So whatever can, you know, have me kind of just operating at my optimum potential, that's what I need. How about you?
For what? For fuel?
Food.
Yeah, food has been like for me more recently. I would say over the last year. I used to cook and meal prep a lot.
Yeah.
And then it's got COVID kind of killed that for me.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I hated it after that. Like, 'cause after doing 3 meals a day. So now I just eat a lot of like sweet green, a lot of kava, and I just like buy it like salads and protein and like.
You know what
definitely,
that means?
What's that mean?
That means
Sorry.
balling. Sweet green is not cheap, bro.
Okay, I hear you on that, but here's the thing. For me personally, think about the time you spend going shopping and then preparing the food, cleaning the dishes afterwards. So what about that time spent? What about the opportunity cost for that time? And half the time, stuff in my fridge goes bad. So what about the cost of that? Right? Like if I buy certain fruits or certain veggies, like the stuff could go bad.
Do you want my honest answer?
Yeah, tell me.
All right. So grocery shopping, I'm in and out of all day in 30 minutes. Door to door, 40 minutes. Door to door. All right. Cooking, I meal prep my entire week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a Sunday in 2 hours.
Damn, that's pretty fast.
And I grill. I grill everything. I grill all my veggies. I grill all my meats. And I make some rice. I boil eggs, and I have ground turkey. So in 2 hours, I can meal prep all my food.
I think we need a Brandon meal prep video. Do you already have that?
We can set a timer.
Do you have that already? Do you have like a...
No, you know what?
That should be your next recording session. It's like follow you around the supermarket. Like, here's what I get.
Yeah.
Here's goes in my bag.
You're gym dropping. The sweet green and kava, I think those are great alternatives. But what did our parents do? How did your parents feed you?
Worst diet ever. I ate hot dogs from the microwave, tuna fish in a can, ravioli, like Chef Boyardee. I grew up with the worst
That was
diet.
a horrible question then.
Yeah. No, my parents did not home cook. I grew up, like, a good meal, a healthy meal would be Stouffer's. Stouffer's French bread pizza because I had some peppers and onions on the top.
I like that.
And like that was it. So I grew up eating a horrible diet, and that's why I learned how to cook pretty early when I was like 11. Because once I had home cooked meal, I was at my friend's parents' house. I'm like, oh, this is how food is supposed to taste. oh, this is like really good.
Yeah.
And then I started to cook on my own. Like first I started with eggs and pasta, and like you started to use a toaster oven. Like that's how I figured out like how to cook. Like I mean, now if I'm gonna cook, just like if I want a healthy meal, I'm just gonna like basically make fajitas. I'm gonna have a bunch of veggies and some protein
But
over some rice.
all right, fajitas are great, but Matt, it fucks with me so much how we're just, first off, I don't know where the money's coming from. All my friends eat out all the time. Open their fridge and there's nothing there. And I'm just like, where's all this money coming from for you to eat out all the time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, secondly, like, when did it get like this? It's actually, it's no one's fault. It's the marketing and it's the convenience.
Yeah.
Well,
you can't beat the convenience, right? If I go to Chipotle, or let's say I go to Sweet Green, I get a bowl, it's gonna cost like $13.50.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, and it's gonna take me like almost no time, maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And then I don't have to do any dishes. If I do dishes, I prep. I mean, if I do it every day, then it's really time consuming.
You
Obviously,
hate
do it once
the
daily.
dishes.
I hate dishes.
You have a dishwasher, stainless
I hate
steel,
dishes.
fresh. You have a great dishwasher. So why?
My dishwasher's
you're
fine,
not
but not the pots and the pans. I always freaking burn it. I have to scrub it. I don't know how to do it right. It gets bad. Like I'll just I'm very clean. So like and organized. So I don't I can't let it sit.
Does your woman? All right, you're dating a chick. You're into her. Do you want a home cooked meal, or are you okay just like sweet greening her to death?
I want home cooked meals sometimes, but I'm also okay just like picking up food, and like that does not bother me. Once again, a lot of food goes bad in my fridge. So if you're really good at like getting everything, it's fine.
Get it out.
Yeah, I don't like. So now when I buy vegetables, like I buy spinach, I always buy frozen spinach.
Yes.
I'll buy in the blocks and throw it in smoothies, throw it in a stir fry or whatever.
I like that.
If I buy fruit, usually it's frozen, just because I'm just not good at getting to it.
I'm not gonna knock your hustle because Kava and Sweet Green are definitely great options. Kava is definitely expensive though. I'll put together
like the same price.
Really? All right, only because I Grubhub,
Oh, you Grubhub? See, I don't Grubhub it.
Yeah.
Grubhub it, then you're doubling the price.
Yeah. Facts. All right, back to the business.
Yeah,
the
back
business.
to business. All right, so I want to know is you got started this gym business. How did it start compared to how you expected it to start?
Oh fuck. Well, it started very slow. I did expect it to start slow. I was actually pretty ignorant. I didn't research too much. I was just like, there's a property. I want to open a gym here. I went and found a business partner, opened a gym. He's no longer my partner right now. And it was just, it's a lot of overhead, man. You're spending money a lot before you're making money. Ramen noodle diet is what I call it because you can't afford anything else.
Can I ask you what your overhead is about? Well, obviously, it ranges every month.
My overhead ranges, but we can go anywhere between about $3,000 to $6,000.
Okay, that's pretty low.
That's super low.
Yeah, that's not even that much.
So I don't have, and I'm just going to be transparent here. Like, I don't have any loans. This is all self-funded.
Yeah.
I've not used a loan for anything in my gym. Now, I don't recommend that for anyone, but just me being, has nothing to do with me being black, but just my upbringing of just being raised in poverty. I didn't have access to funds as much as other people.
Mm-hmm.
What I've always been good at is just getting money together for what I want. Mm-hmm. If I see a goal, I can cut things out and just be like, look, I'm doing this. I need this. So me not having any loans and keeping my overhead pretty low allowed me the freedom to really just make the right decisions. I read a good quote and it said, reputation is better than profit. Reputation outweighs profit. That's how my gym has always functioned. I've never been chasing the money. People were just like, yo, you should do this. You should do that. You'll get more money. And I'm just like, bro, chill. Like, I'm actually here to help people first.
Sure.
The money's going to come. So things started off slow because I was just helping people. I was helping people for the minimum amount of money. I was just happy that people were coming through the door and I had a place that my friends can come to, my neighbors can come to, and I can go to every day, and I was just helping people.
So did you charge like a really small amount?
When I first opened my gym, I think I was charging like $25 an hour.
Oh my God.
$30 an hour.
Yeah, hard to make a living off that.
Hold up, though. You're young. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking at this time, the last personal training job I had, the sporting club at the Bellevue, paid me $24 an hour, and I charged people $80 an hour. So here I am, like, okay, I can charge $30 an hour, and I'm making $5 more than I was at the Bellevue.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really not a bad deal.
Yeah.
People would kill for $30 an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
Well, yes, but then when you start counting in all your overhead,
that's when I
people don't
fucked up.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have that Excel spreadsheet out.
right.
And I was just like, oh man.
Well, it was out of passion, right? It wasn't
Out
like
of
I'm
passion.
doing this. Hey, I'm gonna make millions off this gym. You started. You may want to get to that later.
Yeah.
Right. But it started as passion. I mean, that's why people get involved in martial arts too. It's no different. Hey, I'm doing this because it helped me in such a tremendous way. I love it. I want to be able to help other people the same way. Right.
Yes. I don't know too much about your business, but like most individuals, at some point in my life, I did take martial arts. And you know when that was?
When you were a kid.
When I was a kid. And people will spend whatever on their kids. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's valuable. Discipline, patience. You're teaching them how to interact with other people. So martial arts in this way, I'm not sure the cost of it. I would imagine it's not cheap, but you're getting so much. Personal training at the time when I first started, it just wasn't any personal training boutiques around at all. So I didn't really have any competitive prices. Every place was kind of doing like group fitness and monthly billing. I didn't really have any comparisons to any other place. So I came in light, and then once I got better, also I wasn't that good. To be honest, I wasn't the best personal trainer in the city.
Right.
It's like, a rapper, someone comes out, they're not that good. They're doing shows for maybe $1,000. But then they get a hit, now it's like $10,000. They go platinum, now it's $100,000. And now you're Drake and you can't be booked. So I was like Drake at Degrassi when I first came out.
Yeah.
Doing free shows.
Yeah.
Opening for people. Yo, just come see me. Just come stop by. Just Instagram. And I felt like that was just an important part of my success. Don't you feel like, so you're 31. I wouldn't throw you in this category, but I do feel like that there is this energy out there that people want so much with nothing being proven. I graduated college. Where's my money?
Right.
Like, chill, bruh.
Yeah, you have done shit.
I had to get an internship. I just started like 37,000, working my way up. And here are people just like, yo, I got my certification. I'm a trainer. It's $90 an hour. And I'm like, where's your transformations? What have you done? To earn that? Like, Matthew McConaughey Matt Damon. You got to put in your 10,000 hours first before you get there. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have to wait 10,000 hours before you start charging people. I think you'll be on the street. But I think you should have a line of credibility of like, hey, here's what I did. Here's what I did. I mean, the first year I opened up my martial arts school, I think the gross revenue, so overall the entire revenue for the year, and by the way, I was getting like support and help from like my family that ran martial arts schools, was like $12,000. Second year, I think I made like personal income like $14,000, like after expenses.
Were you happy or were you sad? Or did you not even know?
It was hard. It was hard. I mean, I definitely wasn't like happy. I wouldn't say I was happy, but I was just like crap. What do I need? Like, what else do I need to do to make this work? I feel like I'm doing everything. I'm teaching free classes here, teaching free there. I do tons of free stuff. Now I would do a seminar at like a hospital. Now if like a seminar hits me up or a hospital or something, they wanted me to train their staff, like. I'm going to charge a heavy premium for that, right? But before, I would happily do that for free, no problem.
What was the turning point? Did you have to establish yourself in the community, or did you have to build more confidence? What was the turning point where it was like, all right, I'm going to ask for more?
Yeah, you asked a great question. I think there was definitely some imposter syndrome in the beginning, like kind of everyone has with the business. Especially I was young. I was 21 years old, telling parents how to raise their kids when I didn't have any of my own, right? So that was the first thing. And I was doing what everyone in the industry was telling me to do, right? There was no like laziness. Like I was living in my mom's basement, so luckily I didn't really have many expenses, right? I still had to buy all my own food though. Otherwise I'd be eating Chef Boyardee and hot dogs in the microwave. So I did have to buy my own food. But, my living was free. And I just did whatever it took to figure it out. Like that means I was flyering people's homes like door to door, which is like the least efficient way to market, but I didn't know what else to do, right? I was doing that on Thanksgiving. I remember specifically it was snowing. It was Thanksgiving Day, and I figured, oh, this is a great time because everyone will be home with their families,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go up to the windows to see people hanging out in the living room, like putting the flyer there, right? And the big thing that changed for me was after following all this advice and trying to do all these different strategies that the martial arts industry was pushing. Um, I talked to like one guy, one person at a networking event who told me how he um, was able to leverage relationships with schools, like elementary schools, and get them to be able to recruit members from the elementary school. And that's where most of our students are, they're kids, right? So I got advice from him and I used a lot of what he told me. And then I figured out how to make it my own. And then before you knew it, I was a part of every school's program in the area. So let's say there's like, I think there's like 22 eligible schools like within my range. I was in like 18 of the schools. And now I'm in front of all their students, and each school might have 500 kids. So I'm in front of all those kids, and I would do it for free. I would teach a program that gave out flyers. And then I'd figure out, okay, I gave out flyers. That's cool. Like, what can I, and some people will call, what can I do to get more people to call? Okay, cool. I'll make sure the flyer looks like it's from the school. So then I change how the flyer looks. Okay, now that's good, but like, what else can I do? Because people may not get the flyer. How can I guarantee they get it? Okay, I'll get the school to send out this email for me. Okay, cool. They send out the email. They have the flyer. It looks like it's from the school. How can I get the PTA to promote it? Okay, cool. I'll make it a PTA fundraiser. I won't keep any of the money that is from the trials that people sign up for through the school. I'll give it all back to the PTA. Now the PTA is promoting it because they're making all the money, right? And then it's okay, cool. They get the PTA flyer. They get the email. They get the flyer at
Wow.
home. What can I do? Okay, now I'll run Facebook ads that are targeted directly to that area of me outside the school talking about the program I just did, right? And I just add layers to make it more efficient. And that was the thing that took me to the next level. It was like really just like guerrilla organic marketing, and now being able to repeat that process over and over again. And how I like to think about it is like, okay, let's say like you're doing online marketing, like Facebook ads or
Right.
Instagram ads, right? Like that's kind of like fishing in a big open ocean, right? You put your rod out there, you put this piece of bait as your ad, you hope a fish comes by and eats it, but there's tons of other people with fishing rods out there. Some areas don't have fish. And even if you catch a fish, like you have to pay for it every time. You always have to pay for new leads. It doesn't stop, right? With organic marketing, if you're really good at it, you could fish in a barrel. Like I just went to directly where all my customers were, potential students were, which is in the schools. They're always going to be there. They're never going to stop needing to go to school, and I go directly to them, and I can market directly to them. So for me, it's like fishing in a barrel because that's where all the customers already are. So I don't have to pay for it,
I
right?
love
Besides my
that.
time, so then
That's
they're all going to bite, right?
genius.
Yeah. So that was like the big thing. Then it was like the next year was like huge, and then next year was like 200,000 or something.
What was the guy's name who gave you this advice?
I wish I remembered.
Come
I wish
on.
I remembered.
All right.
When I write about it, I make it up. I
If
think
you
I
had
say
to
like
name
Kevin
him,
or
yeah,
something.
what name
I
did
think I
you
say
say?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin or something like that. Yeah, but I really don't remember what his name was. He was so helpful, and like he gave me like I think a good starting point, and then I really like made it my own. But that's now what I do. I teach other school owners
Yeah, I know.
how to connect. Yeah, through
Why?
schools, daycares.
Is it for the money? Be honest with me.
I love talking business.
But are
Honestly.
you coaching people for the money?
I mean, if there was no money involved, I wouldn't be doing it.
Is it a
Put it that way.
passion? Like, are you like, I want to do this? Or are you just
Yeah.
like, or do you want to remove yourself from your current, you know, your current structure? Because right now you run a few schools, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
studios.
and new ones opening, so I'm still involved in that. But in my in my other hours, there's only so many hours it can take a day to
Yeah.
like run those schools. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, what can I do the other time? Well, I don't have the bandwidth to like open up, like a billion schools, but I can help a school follow the same exact system that I've done over and over and over and over again. Because if I teach them how to get into their schools and daycares, they don't need me afterwards. Like they can learn how to do it. They pay me one time, and then I support and help them along the way, and they can do it over and over again on their
I like
own.
that.
It's kind of like teaching someone a workout versus giving them a custom workout plan.
So let's talk about this more because this seems to be a trend of people coaching coaches,
right? Yeah, sure.
even with training. Hey, I can help you scale your gym up. It seems to be a popular trend right now. How does one sort through the bullshit? Because everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know necessarily think there's more people doing it. I just think more people know how to run Facebook ads or Instagram ads. They're probably hitting your feed, so you probably see it more often.
ooh,
There's a lower barrier to entry,
okay,
right?
okay,
Before, to find out if someone had a business like that, you'd have to go to like some sort of seminar or like get
yeah,
a piece of mail, and that'd be like way more expensive.
yeah.
With the cost of ads being so much lower, the cost to have an impression in front of someone, but
I've never done that.
never ran a Facebook ad.
I've never
That's
run
true.
any ad.
Yeah. Well, your gym is boutique, so you don't need a certain amount of clients. Once you're capped, right? Like,
No, there's no cap.
well, in terms of your space and time, unless yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, you can't have 2,000 clients in a certain amount of space with this amount of trainers you have right
Well,
now.
no, I want that. That's
You
how
want
you
that?
open another location. You
Yeah.
know, you fill all
Well,
your
then you fill
yeah,
more
you fill all your
locations. You can't do it
trainers
with your one
books.
location.
Yeah, yeah, right, right,
Yeah.
right. But I definitely, I want the wait list. I want the demand.
Yeah.
But I definitely have never ran a Facebook ad. I've thought about it, but it just doesn't. Like you said, I'm like you. I'm old. What do you call it? I'm like door-to-door marketer. I'm in a
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Well, I mean, we run Facebook ads now for sure, but that's like not what we depend on because Facebook ads can also change any moment. One of them works one day, and then randomly, excuse me, randomly will stop working. So yeah, it's called ad fatigue. It just happens.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I don't depend on it, but we definitely still use it. But like for you, where you are right now, okay, I have a gym, I have 3 trainers.
So
For the most
we're
part.
more of a our and what I want my other locations to be is just like a part of a community gym,
Hmm.
a small, part of the actual neighborhood.
How do you do that?
You show up to the neighborhood meetings, you talk to your neighbors, you show up to street cleanings, you go to the local coffee shop, you just interact with the neighborhood. You be part of it. You go to the
Hmm.
civic association meetings and such.
Hmm.
You help out any way possible.
I have a good tip for you. You ready?
Go.
For organic marketing, because that's what you like.
Yes.
All right, so you're gonna walk into a business. Okay, you want to be ingrained in the community. Here's the best way to do it. I think easiest way. You go to like a shopping mall. There's a bunch of businesses. You can do each one in a row. You walk in and say like, "Hey, my name is Brandon. I run a local gym here, and and I just wanted to see like we have a lot of people that come in to the gym, and they're always asking for recommendations. They'll ask me for recommendations for anything, food, laundromat, whatever." And we have this like little whiteboard, and we have this little cork board that hangs up on the wall that has like local businesses that we support. Do you have anything that I can hang up on the cork board that can help support you guys? And then usually they'll be like, wait, what? Because usually when people come into a business and they ask for the owner or the manager, they're trying to sell them something. Cleaning services, Facebook ads, like, insurance. They're trying to sell something. So when you go in there and you say, hey, how can I help you? They'll
Yeah.
be thrown off guard. And then immediately they'll follow through with the law of reciprocity, which is, hey, if I help you, you're going to be inclined to help me afterwards. So then they'll say something like, oh, do you have anything that I can put out for you? And then boom, you give them your
I love
cards.
that.
And it's like you go in there with the mindset, I'm going to help this person, nothing else. And they're going to feel inclined to help you. And it works so well because then we'll have our flyers by the cash register of dozens of restaurants or stores or whatever, and I'll just have a cork board with like all the different ones that
I
help us
love
as
that.
well. And it's super easy. It costs nothing.
Yeah.
It costs
Yeah.
$40 for a cork board, and that's it.
I do love
And your
that.
time.
Corkboard is going in my Amazon cart today.
Yeah, really
I'm
easy.
I'm
to do.
serious.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
but that's a good way for business because business owners have the biggest networks. Right? They know the most people. You know way more people than the average person
Yeah.
that works at a regular place, right? So it works for a company. So if you get on their good side, they'll tell everyone about you. Like
That's
if martial
fantastic.
arts come up or gym come up, they're gonna think about you. Oh yeah, some guy came in brand new, so nice, like,
Yeah.
and they're gonna think of you, and they're gonna tell them.
Was I
So,
slouching this whole time?
I don't know. I have to check the video, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be
Oh,
mainly your face. I think. It's like, oh, that guy Brandon doesn't get enough sleep. That's
Look
why
at
he's
him
slouching.
slouching his ass off.
So what's the next step for the business? Like, what do you want to do?
All right, so restructuring the business plan, which I think most businesses actually, I'm not going to give. One thing I don't do is I don't give too hardcore business advice because I learn a lot, so I just offer fitness advice. But I'm restructuring my business plan because things change, and we're growing. So my forecast or my 5 or 10 year plan, my goals was a little smaller when I first started because I didn't know what was accomplishable. Now we've accomplished a lot. I'm at the stage right now where I'm just redefining core values, narrow down our mission statement, and a lot of gyms or individuals would probably try and expand into other sectors, I'm actually just really trying to narrow down into what I'm doing and just be the best at that and try and open a new location somewhere in South Philly, perhaps, or so. So I'm bringing on some new trainers, switching over to monthly billing. Told you that.
What were you doing before?
We were doing weekly, pay as you go, basically. So strong cancellation policy. Come in, we'll bill you at the end of the week. That was great. We're switching over to monthly just for more accountability, a better way of managing our projections, and just looking at the entire year, basically, and accountability on both parts with the trainer and with the client. Launching a new website soon. Launching a new app. New app is coming out probably within a month.
Is
They
this a custom app or is it a white label app?
Oh, I think it's white label. Tell me what that is.
White label is like you pay for an app that already has all the features, and they put your brand on it or your logo on it.
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both.
Did he customize the app for you? Like it's.
Yeah, it's custom. Dave Polly's doing the website. I got a few other people working on the app, but I'm definitely using kind of an interface that's out there that I like, basically. This is just going to allow better, and we're extending over to online coaching. So what we're trying to do is build a larger gym community so individuals can interact with each other and have better client tracking and such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then just like one last thing, because I know that, we're on a time constraint today. If you're looking at someone who is really busy,
Yeah.
right? Maybe they're a business owner, maybe they're just busy, and like what like fitness or nutrition mistakes do they make most often that keeps them kind of stuck?
If I'm looking at someone who's really busy, just number one, I think it's just not taking the small steps, dedicating a small amount of time to their nourishment, to nourishing their body, to exercise.
So you're saying that they don't dedicate enough time, or they dedicate just
Someone
a
who's
small
really
amount?
busy would be like, oh man, I don't have time to work out today. And I would say, well, just work out for 10 minutes.
Right.
Like I'll just read for 5 pages.
Right.
It's money in the bank. Just throw 10 cents in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's better than throwing nothing in there. Same thing with the diet. It's like, all right, you don't want to cook every day. Just try cooking once.
Right.
Don't completely throw the idea out. Just try cooking a little bit. Also, I think that I think everyone can afford a personal trainer. I look at you, I look at a lot of individuals, and they're like, yeah, I don't cook. And I'm like, you don't cook? Like, damn, that has to cost a lot, but I can't afford a personal trainer. Wait. So you can't cook. You could drop like $600 a month on eating out, but you can't afford a personal trainer. Even I pay for business coaching. I'm pretty sure you have probably paid for some type of mentorship or business coaching. I've paid for therapy. I paid for a videographer. The money's there, So I think that there is this like huge stereotypical attitude of like personal training is expensive. Chronic diseases are expensive. Hospital bills are expensive. Like insecurities or feeling low confident is expensive. But a good personal trainer is not that expensive. Also, you're not training with him forever. You're training him just to get a strong foundation on what you can do. Just like someone to pay you a one-time fee. All right, Matt, I want to level my gym up. Teach me. Okay, it's going to take me 3 months to teach you, the foundation. Then you can go off on your own and do it. Train with someone for about 3 months. Learn to squat, learn to bench press, learn to row. And then go off on your own and, have some confidence to better yourself.
So do a little bit of something rather than a whole lot of nothing.
Do a little bit of
and invest in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do people come to you and they want free stuff? Like, just show me a couple things. Like friends, does that happen?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day in my DMs. If I wanted to today, I could probably pull up something if my phone was here. Someone's DMing me like, yo, you got some workouts I can do for my chest? You know what I'm saying? You got this? And I'm just like, damn. Is that my phone?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Keep going.
Right?
Yeah. So how do you handle that?
I help them out.
Okay.
I help everybody. I give tons of free shit out all the time. I get some people that's just like, yo, can I come to your gym and work out? I'm like, sure. I'm still the same guy I was who just opened a gym. I got something to offer someone.
If someone asks for free workout, do you have anything that's like templated you can just send them as opposed to like spending lots of time and
Millions of things.
okay. So it's easy for you.
Millions of things because I've just put together so many workouts when I wasn't charging or when I want people to come to the gym that they're all saved in a folder on my computer. Tons of things. Off the top of my head, I've been doing this for so long that anyone can walk through my door, tell me, their strengths, their muscular imbalances, what they want to focus on, and in 30 seconds I could put together the perfect workout for them out of my mind.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And if someone is listening to this and they're interested, maybe they're in the Philadelphia area or they want to do online training,
Yes.
how do they find you?
Well, I love this. You want to check out thegymphilly.com, fill out a consultation form, and myself or another representative will reach out to you, or find me on Instagram at Brandon Rasean, Rasean, or follow The Gym Philly on Instagram as well, and shoot me a holler. First session is complimentary. It's an amazing consultation. We'll run through numerous assessments to figure out the best plan to tackle your goals. No commitment required. I get some people that come in just for the consultation. I tell them things about their body and they go about their way. And I love that. I just love being able to help someone in the neighborhood or not even in the neighborhood, in the world.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Brandon, for being here.
Yo, I feel like we need a part 2.
We do need a part 2.
You think so?
We need a part 2.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like we barely got to anything.
We didn't get to talk shit. We're talking like homies.
But we know when you make love it now. And I feel like that's really important.
Yo, Matt, you're great, man. Shout out to you.